43. 44. 44.
तद् अद्यान पापम् उपैति अनावयम्
तदद्य पापमुमैति अन्वयम्
यन्नस्तानाथस्य वसुविलम्पकात्
यन्नश्चानाथस्य वसुविलम्पकात्
परस्परं ज्ञाति साप्नोति वृञ्जते
परस्परं वरन्ति तापन्ति बृजन्ते
पशून् स्त्रियो रथान् पुरुदस्य वो जना
पशून्
स्त्रियो अर्थान् पुरुदस्यवो जना
तत् अद्यान पापन् उपैति अनन्वयम्
तदपापमुपैत्यनन्यवान्
यन्नस्तानाथस्य वसुर्विलम्पकात्
यन्नश्चनाथस्य विलम्पकात्
परस्परं ज्ञाति साप्नति विञ्जते
परस्परं गन्ति सापन्ति वृञ्जते
पशून् स्त्रियो रथान् पुरुदस्य वो जना
पशून् स्त्रियोऽर्थान् पुरुदस्य भोजना
तद् अद्यान पापमुपैति अनन्वयम्
तदद्यनपापमुपैत्यनन्वयम्
यन्नस्तानाथस्य वसुर्विलम्पकात्
यन्नश्चनाथस्य वसुर्विलम्पकात्
परस्परं ज्ञाति साप्नति वृञ्जते
परस्परं गन्ति वृञ्जते
पशून् स्त्रियो रथान् पुरो दस्य वो जना
पशून् स्त्रियोऽर्थान् पुरुदस्य वो जना. Anyone recite once? तदद्यनपापमुपैति अनन्वयम्
यन्नष्टानाथस्य वर्षोऽपि विलम्बुकात्
यन्नष्टनाथस्य वसोर्विलुम्पकात्
परस्परं धनन्ति शपन्ति वृज्यन्ते
परस्परं ग्रन्थि शपन्ति वृञ्जते
पशून् स्त्रियो अर्थान् पुरुदस्यो जना
पशून् स्त्रियोऽर्थान् पुरुधस्य भोजना. Translation purport by Divine Grace Abhay Charnarinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Students, that for this reason, Adya from this day, na upon us, papam, a reaction of sin, upaiti will overtake, ananvayam, disruption, yat, because, nashta, abolished, natasya, of the monarch, vasohu, of wealth, vilumpakat, being plundered, parasparam, between one another, gnanti, will kill, chapanti, will do harm, vrinjate, will steal, pashun, animals, striya, women, arthan, riches, puru, greatly, tasyava, thieves,
The
Jana,
Seva
thieves.
Jana, the mass of people.
Jana, the mass of people.
And the people.
Translation, please repeat after me. Due to the termination of the monarchical regimes.
Due to the termination of the monarchy
regimes
and the plundering of the people's wealth by rogues and thieves.
and the plundering of the people's wealth by rogue and thieves.
There will be great social disruptions.
there will be
There
great
will be
social
great social
disruptions.
destruction.
People will be killed and injured.
People will be injured.
And animals and women will be stolen.
And animals and women will be stolen.
And for all these sins, we shall be responsible.
And for all these sins, we shall be responsible.
Shall be responsible.
Purport.
The word na, we, is very significant in this verse. The sage rightly takes the responsibility of the Brahmanas as a community for killing monarchical government and thus giving an opportunity to the so-called Democrats, who are generally plunderers of the wealth of the state subjects. The so-called Democrats capture the administrative machine without assuming responsibility for the prosperous condition of the citizens. Everyone captures the post for personal gratification, and thus, instead of one king, a number of irresponsible kings grow up to tax the citizens. It is foretold herein that in the absence of good monarchical government, everyone will be the cause of disturbance for others by plundering riches, animals, women, etc.
हरि ओम तत्सदोम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताकस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथादामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरिहराय नम कृष्ण यादवाय नम गोपाल गोविंद राम श्रीमदसुधानाम। मुकाम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिमत्कृपा तमामन्ते श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्यमीश्वरम्. So, as well said in the purport and well said in the verse, the Samika Rishi is taking up the responsibility on behalf of the Brahmana community due to the mistake, blunder mistake committed by his immature son, very whimsically. So he is taking up the responsibility, but however, taking up the responsibility will not solve the problems. The havoc has already been done. The monarchy has come to an end with a single curse of the small boy. So this is quite an asuric way of dealing. And this is already done. And now he is foretelling what is going to be the future. You can expect all the plunderers coming to rule the world in the name of democracy. And then they will take all the administrative mercenaries, and then they will do all kind of what do you call, tolling the citizens, looting the citizens, and they will only act on their personal sense gratification. So a lot of irresponsible kings will grow because one king, one monarch was there, Parikshit Maharaj. Now he is being killed. So then now there is nobody else is matured enough to take charge. Of course, Janamejaya is there, the son of Parikshit Maharaj, but he is not even matured to that extent. It's untimely he has to take over. So there will be so many kings will come up and they will tax the citizens heavily. So it's already pre-told by Samika Rishi. He is a Trikaldarshi. So he should be. So he is telling that what's going to happen in the future, so much of disturbances to the public and the plundering them and animal and women stealing, all kind of calamities which the world has never witnessed before. that is going to be experienced in the future, and the Brahmana community will be responsible for all this. So in this way, he's taking up his responsibility and is further telling, let us see what he's telling in the next words. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 18, verse 45. Tadarya dharma praviliyate nridam
Tadarya dharma praviliyate nृणाम्
varna samacharayutastrayim maya
varnashramacarayutastrayimaya
tato arthakamabhiniveshitatmanam
ततोऽर्थकामाभिनिवेशितात्मनाम्
shunam kapinam iva varna shankara.
शूनां कपीनामिव वर्णशङ्करा
Tadarya dharma pravilayate nridam
तदार्य धर्मा प्रविलीयते नृणाम्
varnashramacharayutastrayimaya
वर्णाश्रमचारयुतस्त्रयीमया
tatorthakamabhiniveshitatmanam
ततो
ततोऽर्थकामाभिनिवेशितात्मनाम्
shunam kapinam iva varna shankara.
ूनां
शूनां
कपीनामेव
कपीनामिव वर्णशङ्करा
वर्णशङ्करा
Tadarya dharma praviliyate nृणाम्
तदा
तदार्य धर्मा
धर्मा
प्रविलीयते नृणाम्
प्रविलीयते नृणाम्
varnashramacharayutastrayimaya
वर्णाश्रमचारयुतस्त्रयीमया
वर्णाश्रमाचार्ययुतस्त्रयीमया
ततोऽर्थकामाभिनिवेशितात्मनाम्
ततो
ततोऽर्थकामाभिनिवेशितात्मनाम्
वार्तकामाभिनिवेशितात्मनाम्
शूनां कपीनामिव वर्णशङ्करा.
ूनां
शूनां कपीनामिव
कपीनामेव
वर्णशङ्करा
वर्णशङ्करा
Can you recite once?
तदार्यधर्मा प्रविलीयते नृणाम्
तदार्यधर्मा
धर्मा
प्रविलीयते
प्रविलीयते
नृणाम्
नृणाम्
वर्णाश्रमचार्ययुतस्त्रयीमया
वर्णाश्रमाचार्ययुतस्त्रयीमया
वर्णाश्रमाचारयुतस्त्रयीमया
ततोऽर्थकामाभिनिविशेषितात्मनाम्
ततो
ततोऽर्थकामाभिनिवेशितात्मनाम्
वार्तकामाभिनिवेशितात्मनाम्
शूनां कपीनामिव वर्णशङ्करा
Shunam
ूनां
kapinam
कपीनामेव
varnasankara.
वर्णशङ्करा
Synonyms. Tada, at the time,
Tada, at that
तदा
time,
at that time
Arya, progressive civilization,
Arya,
Arya
progressive
progressive
civilization,
civilization
Dharma, engagement,
Dharma,
Dharma
engagement,
engagement
Praviliyate, is systematically vanquished.
Praviliyate,
Praviliyate is
systematically vanquished.
systematically vanquished.
Nranam of humankind.
Nirnam of
Nirnam
humankind.
of humankind.
Varna, caste.
Varna,
Varna
caste,
caste.
Ashrama, orders of society.
ashrama,
Ashrama
order,
orders of society.
Acharya Yutha, composed in a good manner.
acharya, composed in a
Yuta
good manner.
composed in a good manner.
Trayi Maya, in terms of the Vedic injunction.
Traimaya,
Tari
in the
Maya
Vedic
in terms
injunction.
of the Vedic injunction.
Tatha, thereafter.
Tatha,
Tata
thereafter.
thereafter.
Artha, economic development.
Artha
Artha, economic
economic
development.
development.
Kama abhiniveshita, fully absorbed in sense gratification.
Kama,
Kama
fully
Nivesita,
absorbed in sense
fully absorbed
gratification.
in sense gratification.
Atmanam of men.
Atmanam,
Atmanam of men.
Shunam, like dogs.
Shunam, like
Sunam like
dogs.
dogs.
Kapinam, like monkeys.
Kapinam, like
Kapinam like
monkeys.
monkeys.
Iva, thus.
Eva,
Iva
thus.
thus.
Varna Sankara, unwanted population.
Varna Shankara,
unwanted
unwanted
population.
population.
Translation, please repeat after me. At that time, the people in general will fall systematically from the path of a progressive civilization.
At that
At that
time,
At
time, the
that
people in
time, the
general
people in general will fall
path of progressive
systematically from the
civilization
path of progressive civilization
In respect to the qualitative engagements of the castes and the orders of society and the
in
Vedic
respect to the
injunctions.
in
in
respect
respect
to
to
the
the
qualitative
qualitative engagements
engagements
of the
of the
castes and the
caste and
orders of
of the orders
society
of society and Vedic
and the
injunctions.
Vedic injunctions.
Thus, they will be more attracted to economic development for sense gratification.
Thus, they
Thus, they
will be
will be
more
more attracted to
attracted
the
to
economic
economic
development
development
for
of
sense
sex
gratification.
gratification.
And as a result, there will be an unwanted population on the level of dogs and monkeys.
And
And
as a
as a
result, there
result,
will be an
there will be
unwanted
an
population on the
unwanted
level of
population
dogs
on the
and
level
monkeys.
of dogs and monkeys.
Purport.
it is foretold
Purport. Yes, pardon.
It is foretold herein that in the absence of a monarchical regime, the general mass of people will be an unwanted population like dogs and monkeys. As the monkeys are too sexually inclined and dogs
Okay.
are shameless in sexual intercourse, the general mass of population born of illegitimate connection will systematically go astray astray from the Vedic way of good manners and qualitative engagements in the castes and orders of life. The Vedic way of life is the progressive march of the civilization of the Aryans. The Aryans are progressive in Vedic civilization. The Vedic the Vedic civilization's destination is to go back to Godhead, back home, where there is no birth, no death, no old age, and no disease. The Vedas direct everyone not to remain in the darkness of the material world, but to go towards the light of the spiritual kingdom far beyond the material sky. The qualitative caste system and the orders of life are scientifically planned by the Lord and his representatives, the great rishis. The perfect way of life gives all sorts of instruction in things both material and spiritual. The Vedic way of life does not allow any man to be like the monkeys and dogs. A degraded civilization of sense gratification and economic development is the byproduct of a godless or kingless government of the people, by the people, and for the people. The people should not, therefore, begrudge the poor administrations they themselves elect.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Very clearly, Samika Rishi is explaining, and Prabhupada is very beautifully narrating the current status of the Kali Yuga, that how it we have degraded to this particular extent. The root cause we have identified in the Srimad Bhagavatam yesterday. Hmm? So, because monarchical termination happened, monarchical regent termination happened, naturally there will be population like dogs and hogs. I mean monkeys. So the reason the dogs and monkeys are given here, Prabhupada can only narrate that. So Prabhupada tells in the purport, the monkeys are too sexually inclined and dogs are shameless in sexually intercourse. So sex will be only primary aim of life. So that will become this particular Kali Yuga people. General mass of population, so they will have illicit sex. That is why Srila Prabhupada has given us very beautiful four regulative principles. No illicit sex. One of the four regulative principle is no illicit sex. No illicit sex means sex outside married life is called illicit sex. So one should not have that. And the Vedic way of life is progressive march of the civilization of the Aryans. That means the Vedic way of life is not economic development and settling up, sense gratification, and so on. The Vedic way of life is to put an end to the birth, death, old age, disease by dint of our occupational duty to samsiddhir haritoshnam, satisfying the senses of the Supreme Lord. Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. So the purpose of life, purpose of civilization, the progressive path is Bhakti Yoga path, wherein we develop the love for Krishna rather than developing loves for dogs and monkeys. So we should develop love for Krishna, and then based on that particular love, which is eternal, which never has an end. So with that, we also achieve the same eternity, which doesn't have any end. And we put an end to the birth, death, old age, disease once for all, and go back home, back to Godhead. That is the purpose of the following of the Vedic way of life. Krishna said, only all the purpose of following Vedas is to know Krishna, and based on the relationship that you have remembered, you have recalled, you have re-established, which we have forgotten, and based on that we perform devotional service. So that is the way we go back home, back to God, and under the bona fide spiritual master, this should be done. And Vedic system, the civilization, progressive civilization should have that mechanism of having an acharya to take charge, just like now by establishing ISKCON, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu movement is established 500 years ago by Lord Chaitanya, who is Krishna himself. But now it has been widespread as per the prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, far and wide in all the Western countries and everywhere. And now it is further, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories are being spread in nook and corner of the villages and towns. So this is wanted. So in this way only the population can be saved in this particular Kali Yuga. And so that the cats and dog civilization or dogs and monkey civilization will be transformed. After all, dogs and monkeys are also souls. So dog and monkey civilization, we are there in human form. We have an opportunity. We are such dogs and such monkeys that who can change into a Vaishnava. That is possible. And in the real body of the dogs and monkeys, that is not possible. So in the human form, we are acting like dogs and monkeys. If we can act as dogs and monkeys, why can't we act as a Vaishnava? Why can't we act as an original human being? Why can't we act as a servant of Krishna? Why can't we act as a disciple to the bona fide spiritual master? So we are best in acting because we have taken different bodies from time immemorial, 8,400,000 species of body we have taken, we have acted. In each body, we acted as if we are the body. And now we are acting as if I am girl, I am boy, I am human being, I am Indian, I am educated, I am illiterate, I am this and I am that. So we are very best in actor. We are best actors. So why can't we act what we are originally? Try to act what you are originally. Acting as something else is only difficult. Acting as original is not difficult. And we are not this body. Originally, we are servant of Krishna, servant of Guru. So we have to act in that way. Then everything will fall into place. And having a Guru, taken shelter of Guru, who has in turn taken shelter of his Guru and Gauranga, what is the difficulty in this Kali Yuga? That is the people are standing in line even in Vaikuntha to get birth in this Kali Yuga. This degraded age has a golden period. So at this time we should come in and we should come in touch with the bona fide spiritual master and try to act as what we are originally rather than acting as a different body. So that is wanted. Then our Vedic way, that is called Vedic way of life. That is called Dharma. Dharma is Sanatana, eternal. We are eternal. Krishna is eternal. So our Dharma should also be eternal. So what is that Dharma which is eternal? The Dharma which is eternal is devotional service only. All other works are temporary. It will begin, it will end. So why we want to waste our time? We know that we are not this body, we are eternal. Krishna is not his material body. Krishna is eternal, is a Sachidananda Vigraha. And we have a relationship with him. So our dharma, occupational duty is supposed to be working for the relatives that we are doing here temporarily. We are working for relatives. Why don't we work for permanent relative? We are related to Krishna. So if Krishna is eternal, we are eternal. Our occupational duty for the relative should also be eternal. And that is devotional service. So one should understand this concept from the bona fide spiritual master and then practice this bhakti yoga. That is the purpose of the whole life. So we'll end here. Actually, I want to finish this chapter today, but since I'm traveling, 4 more. So we'll end here. Tomorrow we will finish this chapter. Thank you very much. So any questions or comments or realization, please do share with me. Preeti Rupini.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, sir.
Hare Krishna.
I could understand, sir, while reading the purport, like before coming into Krishna conscious, the thing which is saying here, like it's a way how monkeys and dogs are living. That was a style and that was a class. Like in our college time, if we are not living in that way, then we are out of this society. But after coming into Krishna consciousness, uh, now I can firmly say from this quote also, like I can show that those people who are living like that way, they are out of society. Like we are not out of this society. And also regarding the administrations, like whatever it was mentioned here, in earlier purport also we have gone through about Maharaja Parikshit or Maharaja Yudhishthir or the people. So nowadays, whatever like administration and leaders and political parties are there, whatever they are doing, like I have seen there are so many books for psychology kind of thing and how to rule this kingdom, how to rule country and all. But one book, Srimad Bhagavatam, is enough. They are not reading it. If they could read, like the our society will be something different. And also like how we are getting to know is only because we are under the shelter of Guru Maharaj, spiritual master. Even if we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam or any religious book or spiritual books, we won't be getting to know, we won't be understanding the purport if we are reading it alone. Even I have tried that, but reading with devotees in an association and under the shelter of Guru, that makes a sense and that we are able to understand and correlate other than interpreting things. So that is what I wanted to say. Thank
Perfect, perfect realization. So nice. Thank you so much. I like such contributions. Please keep sharing. Thank you very much. So we'll resume our class tomorrow morning sharp at 8 o'clock. Till then, Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Padita
Jai,
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai,
No pranam.
Vancha
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
सिन्धुभ्य एव च
कृपासिन्धुभ्येव
पतितानां
च
पावनेभ्यो
पतितानां
वैष्णवेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो
नमो नमः।
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
जय श्री
नमः।
गुरु महाराज की जय। निताय
जय
गौर प्रेमानंदे।
हरि
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 बोल।
हरि हरि बोल। Thank you.